Bluey is an animated series full of secrets that all fans have always wanted to discover the answers to. But will Season 4 finally solve the big mystery? New uncle. Who is Aunt Brandy's husband? This character has been one of the biggest mysteries of the series ever since Chilli's sister appeared in Season 3. Everyone knows that Bluey's aunt's biggest dream is to become a mother, and that means she must have some kind of boyfriend or husband within the Healer family universe. Everyone thought that Brandy wasn't able to have children because of some illness that exists in the Cattle family, because of Chilli's mother who has already passed away, and also because of Mrs. Healer who lost a child in the past. When Chilli's sister appeared pregnant at the end of Season 3, we were all emotional and very happy, but that brought up two questions. First, who is the father of this new baby? And second, why wasn't he at Frisky's wedding? Most likely, Joe Brumm, who is the creator of the series, is planning to show Bluey's new uncle in the next season, which is why he chose to leave him out of the wedding episode. Will he be a character that fans are going to like? Probably yes, and he must really like Bluey and Bingo, since they were likely the ones who helped their aunt try to get pregnant once again. And that's really cool, right? We'll meet Bluey's new uncle in the next season, but until then, it's time to have fun with us in another Cinewave. Roxy's father. Everyone knows that Bluey is going to have a daughter. We saw the little puppy at the end of Season 3. Joe Brumm said it was a girl during an interview on a podcast. Here on the channel, we call her Roxy, but the series still hasn't confirmed the puppy's name. Now, the biggest mystery surrounding her is who could be her father. Before Joe Brumm's interview, there were three possibilities. Roxy could be Mackenzie's daughter or Jean-Luc's, or the daughter of a dog who is still unknown. But the creator of the series said that he asked the animators to include characteristics of both a Labrador and a Border Collie in the puppy because he wanted to make a joke with the fans and keep the mystery alive. In other words, Roxy's father can only be either Jean-Luc or Mackenzie, but which one? There's a theory on the internet that says Roxy looks a lot like a type of dog called a Border Heeler, which is a mix between Bluey and Mackenzie. Besides that, we know that Jean-Luc couldn't date the protagonist since he lives in another country, but all of this is just theory. The mystery continues. Who will be Roxy's father? Hospital. Why was Bingo hospitalized in that hospital? This mystery has existed since Season 1, and if you think this secret isn't a big deal, know that you're wrong. Bingo asks the doctor if she'll have to stay in the hospital for another night, and the doctor unfortunately says yes. On top of that, in the Bumpy episode, the doctor is examining Bingo's lung and says that, on that day, the puppy's breathing was strong. In other words, at some point, Bingo was having trouble breathing, and that's a big problem, as well as one of the biggest mysteries in the Bluey universe. Does this mean Bingo has some kind of illness? Hopefully the Red Heeler is okay, but some people say she's allergic to gluten, since Bandit, in the episode where he takes the puppy to school, prepared her food gluten-free. But what do you think about that? Mrs. Cattle. Mrs. Cattle, better known as Chilli's mother, is a character who was mentioned in the episode Dragon from Season 3. We discovered that, unfortunately, this character is no longer alive, but there's a mystery involving Bluey's maternal grandmother. How exactly did she lose her life? Younger viewers don't know that the word dragon is a way of referring to a terrible illness, cancer, and since it's the name of the episode, many people think that's why Mrs. Cattle passed away. And this is a mystery because Chilli lost her first child, while Brandy always had trouble getting pregnant. This could be a clue that both the mother and the daughters might have some kind of health issue. If that's true, then the mysteries that remain are, what illness took Mrs. Cattle's life, and will her daughters and granddaughters have the same health problem? We'll find out the answer in the next season, since Bluey's aunt is pregnant and will surely remember her mother when her child is born. It's going to be a very emotional episode. Would you like to see Chilli's past? Comment number Chilli so we can get to know you. Adopted. Have you ever wondered if Bandit's older brother is adopted? That's a very easy question to ask, because the truth is that Uncle Radley is a very mysterious character. That's because on the show's official website, there's a very interesting piece of information about Bandit's brother. It says that he's a mix of Red Heeler and Blue Heeler. In the real world, this type of dog has two possible colors, blue or red, but red is stronger, which means it's easier for a puppy like Bingo to be born than one like Bluey. But there's a problem. Grandma Chris and Grandpa Bob are Blue Heelers, and together it's very difficult for two dogs of that color to have a baby with red fur. That's why many people think that Uncle Radley is an adopted child, or that he's a puppy from a possible first marriage of Grandma Chris with another dog. Could that be true? Rich! Have you ever wondered if the Heelers are rich? We don't say that because the parents seem to have have a lot of time to spend with their daughters, since in many episodes both Bandit and Chilli need to go out to work. But there are some clues that show a slightly different story. Maybe Chilli and Bandit have a lot of money. This mystery exists because in the Bluey universe, the story takes place in Brisbane, Australia, and as fans have noticed, the family's house is located in a neighborhood known as Paddington, where houses cost more than $1 million. On top of that, Bluey and Bingo have so many toys that it's definitely proof that the healer couple has plenty of money to spend. And it actually makes sense since Bandit is a world-famous archaeologist. According to what's said in the mini-episode Archaeology, he's the one who found the bones of ancient cave dogs. Maybe Bandit is so famous that he has a lot of money, even though the series doesn't show this clearly. But what do you think? Are the healers rich or not? The Terrier. Do you remember that homeless dog who appears in the episode Quiet Game? He is a Terrier, and the character looks a lot like the triplets who go to school with Bluey. Out of all the Terriers that appeared in the series, he is the one with the greatest chance of being the real father of the protagonist's friends. Because of that, many people think that when he separated from the puppy's mother, his life didn't turn out very well. In the scene, Winton's dad gives a $2 bill to the homeless dog, and in the future, everyone knows that he becomes the new husband of the Terrier's mother. The series has never revealed who the real father of the puppies is, but could it really be the dog who lives on the street? That's a very sad thing, don't you think? Socks. If you pay close attention to Sock's healer, Bluey's youngest cousin, you'll notice that in season 1 she had stripes on her paws, making it look like the puppy was always wearing socks. This is the main reason the character is called Socks, since that is the meaning of her name in the original language. But in season 3, the stripes on the puppy's paws disappeared, and that makes no sense at all. It's true that people change as they grow up, but it doesn't make sense to remove the stripes from Bluey's cousin, don't you agree? Will the show's animators ever answer this question? Did they notice the mistake and will they change it in the next season? We'll find out in the future.
Want to keep having fun with us? Then subscribe and turn on the notification bell.
Girlfriends. Everyone knows that Winton's dad is separated from his first wife and that in the future he marries the Terrier's mother. But in the series, we know that he had other girlfriends, like the girl who appeared next to him in the scene where Cornelius gives a $2 bill to the homeless dog. In the episode Dance Mode, he is also in the same restaurant as the healer family. You can't see who he's with, but everyone thinks it's a girl. And we know it's not the same one who was walking with him in the episode Quiet Game, since the two of them broke up. Everyone knows that Cornelius is a dog who likes to date. Did he win over a lot of girls around the city? Bosco. Speaking of dating, everyone wants to know why Frisky and Bosco ended their relationship. In the episode Double Babysitter, Bluey tells her uncle that Bosco is the great love of her godmother, but Frisky corrects her and says the two of them broke up. We know that Bosco was a boyfriend who almost married Bluey's godmother. We know this because the protagonist knows this character. If their relationship hadn't been very serious, Frisky would never have introduced her boyfriend to the kids. Because of that, the mystery that started in the episode Double Babysitter is the reason why the two of them broke up. Some fans believe that Bosco wanted to move to another city and Frisky didn't accept it. Bluey's uncle tried to do the same thing, and she almost ended her marriage with him. Is that the truth? Since Frisky is married to Bluey's uncle, maybe fans will never find out what really happened, which means it's a mystery that will last forever. Neighbor. Do you remember Doreen? She is Bluey's neighbor who sold the electric cart to that rude lady in the episode Granny Mobile. In that episode, Bandit says that the cart belonged to Len, who was the neighbor's husband. Her husband was sick and unfortunately passed away, but no one knows what happened. In fact, Len needed that cart in order to be able to walk, and that's a big mystery in the world of Bluey. How exactly did he lose his life? And what was his illness? The character never appeared in the series. We only know his name. Will the series ever answer this mystery? Hopefully it will. The secret could be answered in an episode that shows the past, since Doreen must be an old friend of Bluey's grandparents. Cats. Where are the cats in the Bluey universe? We know they exist because in the episode Turtle Boy, when Bingo is watching TV, 3 of them appear riding motorcycles. In other words, they exist, but they aren't anywhere in Bluey City. In the mini-episode Architecture, Bandit shows a photo that shows a dog holding a cat. Did some kind of war happen between them in the past, and the two types of animals don't like each other? But in the episode Copycat, Bandit says it must have been a cat that hurt that little bird. In other words, it's another mystery without an answer. But what do you think about that? Until the series shows the answers, we're going to have to wait for the next season. But until then, you can stick with us.
The next step is right in front of you. 2 fun-filled videos waiting for your click. Thanks, and see you soon.